This is Nathan Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. We are located at 1185 McClellan Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90049. We are performing a video sewer inspection through a mainline sewer cleanout located on the right hand side of the driveway, just in front of the garage here, and it does have a little cover concrete cutout, and just beneath that cutout is the cleanout here. So this is our cleanout, and you can see there we do have our cap, and then we have a concrete cutout in the driveway, and this is our garage area here, and this is the front of our property here. And what we're going to do, we are on the right hand side of the front door, and we're just going to place our camera head at the top of the cleanout, and we're going to zero out here, and we're just going to drop down and take a good look. We are running water in the kitchen here. And we're just going to pause our mic here for a moment and try to make the transition into our cleanout. Okay, we did go ahead and drop down into our cleanout. You can see there at the bottom we do have debris, and when we pull back we'll be able to take a better look at that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to push out, and we're just going to utilize the kitchen water to help us keep our camera head clear. And you can see we are in black plastic here, and you can see we do go into debris. As we pull back, we're going to pull back here, and you can see we do have a very large obstruction inside the pipe. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, you can see we do have debris here, and then you can see we do have a large piece of, it appears to be wood, or it could be something they flushed down. But what we're going to do is we're just going to get past that, and we're just going to try to continue to push out and take a good look. We are still in black ABS plastic, and this is going along the front of our driveway out to our property line in the front of the home. So we're just going to continue to push out, make a little bit of drop here, and we're just going to continue to push out. And you can see we're just going to try to shake our camera lens a little bit. And we're going to just try to jump up and over this offset. And we're going to pause our mic here for a moment. Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to shut down our water. Okay, we did go ahead and push out, and you can see we do have a very large offset in front of us. So we're just going to pull back slowly. We did go ahead and try to locate this area, and it was a little difficult to get a location. And you can see this is our transition here. So we're just going to pull back slowly, see if we can get a good look. We're going to pause here for a moment, try to let this water run down. And you can see here we are at our bottom of our transition, and this is in the front of the property. And this is our black ABS to what appears to be our vitreous clay transition here, and you can see there's a very large offset in front of us, and we are unable to jump over that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause and locate this area, and we may pull back and try to put a skid ball on our camera and try to possibly jump up and over this. So we're going to pause here and locate. Okay, we did go ahead and try to locate this area, and you can see the very large offset in front of us. That is our property line to lateral transition. We did go ahead and try to locate this area, and it is very difficult. It is very deep, and it is approximately 18 feet deep there. It is very hard to actually get an exact location of depth. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back. We'll pull back, and we'll pull back to the top of our stack, and you can see that large offset there. And you can see that the pipe there is going to be very hard to jump up and over. So what we're going to do here is we'll pause for a moment. Okay, again, we're going to pull back here. We're going to try to put a skid ball on our camera lens, and we're going to try to jump up and over that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pause our mic, and we're just going to pull back. Okay, we did go ahead and pull back, and we did go ahead and try to put a skid ball on our bigger camera, but our clean out here is only a 3-inch, and our skid ball is a little bit bigger, and it will not fit through the clean out here. So we did go ahead and grab our micro mini cam here, and you can see there we did have our big cam with the skid ball on it, and it did not fit in the hole. So we just tried our micro mini, and we put a skid ball on it as well. So we're just going to push our camera at the top of the clean out, and we're just going to zero out here. We're just going to drop down. We're going to pause our mic, and we're just going to push out to our property line to lateral transition there. You can see we do have concrete pieces in the sewer line, and we're just going to continue to push out. Okay, we did go ahead and get our camera head nice and clean, so we're just going to utilize this water to help us push out. You can see there's a big piece of concrete, so we're just going to continue to push out. And you can see we do make the transition here, and we are pushing this piece of concrete out. You see here we jumped up and over that, and we are what appears to be cast iron here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to push out. we push out, it appears that we do go into a belly here, and we're just going to continue to push. And you can see here we do have a lot of rocks and debris here in the line. So we're going to pause here for a moment. We are in our vitreous clay. Okay, we did go ahead and push out, and we are in the vitreous clay. So what we're going to do, we did go ahead and try to push through this point, and you can see we do have what appears to be concrete and rocks in our lateral here. And we do have a skid ball, and we were unable to get up and over these rocks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly pull back, and we did locate this area, and it is just in our sidewalk area, and you can see that large amount of rocks there holding back water. This is in our clay piping. So we're just going to continue to pull back slowly to take a good look. And you can see it is holding water. You can see a large piece of concrete there that we did push out. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and you can see here this is our transition back into cast iron. So we're just going to push out just a little bit, and we're going to pause here and locate this area. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and it is on the sidewalk. We marked it with a red crayon at approximately 19 feet deep there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly here, and you can see we do transition into cast iron here. So we're just going to continue to pull back. You can see some scaling, some buildup in our cast iron. And then you can see a very large piece of concrete there as well. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And you can see we do transition back into black plastic. And we're going to pull back up to the top of our stack here. And we're going to pause here for a moment. You can see we do have a test tee there. And we're just going to pause here at the top of the stack, and we're going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area with a red crayon in the driveway, and it's approximately 2 foot 9 inches deep here. So we're just going to continue to pull back in our black ABS plastic sewer line. This is in the driveway. We're just going to continue to pull back towards our clean out here. And we do have a skid ball on our camera lens. That's why it's kind of facing the top of the pipe here. And we put that skid ball on due to trying to jump one over the property line to lateral transition. You can see we do have more concrete pieces there in the black plastic. So we're just going to continue to pull back. See, we have some tie-ins there, and we're just going to pull up and out of our clean out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to just try to run up the line and just see what the line looks like going into the home. And you can see there is a large piece of concrete there just at the bottom of the clean out, and we're just going to try to run up the line. And you can see as we run up the line, you can see it is very large pieces of concrete in there. So we're just going to pull back slowly. We don't want to get our camera head stuck here. And we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we're just going to pull back here. You can see the concrete in the line. And we're just going to pull up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our video sewer line inspection.